Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Emily. I do beauty content. If I speak a little bit lower, it's because I'm alone with my daughter today and she's actually taking a nap, and I don't want to wake her. As you can see from the title, today I want to talk a little bit about my Shop My Stash for February, what worked and what didn't work. And also I want to present to you my March Shop My Stash, or Shop My Stash for March. So if you want to see this, then just please keep watching. So I'm going to start out with eyeshadow palettes, and first I just want to mention that for over a week in February I had COVID, so I didn't use any makeup at all during that time, which means that some of my palettes have not been worn. Let's drink some coffee with this lipstick, shall we? So I can quickly just mention that the Club Nebula palette I did not use alone in a look, but I brought a shade in when I did another look, I think, but this is going back to my drawers because I don't want to use it. And then I didn't use the Peri Pera palette, and I did not use the Natasha, or I did use this once, Natasha Denona Mini Gold, is it right? So these are I'm also putting back. And then let me see, I used these. I did not use this alone as well. I used this in with other shades from another palette. So, but I'm going to put that back anyway. This Infinity Deep. Oh, sorry, this was the Gloss Gods Incendio palette. The Infinity Deep by LH Cosmetics. I did not use as an eyeshadow look, but I used the Red Shift shade, which is that one, on my brows. I'm actually going to keep this in. Other than that, I used, let me see, I have my book here. I used almost all of my palettes. I did not use, let me see, I did not use this little one, so this I'm going to keep in for March. And I did not use the Colourpop Gather Round Sisters, but that is because it has to be stored laying down since it broke on me. Or maybe I can store it. I'm going to keep this in for March as well. And then the rest of them I think I used. Yeah, the Elva palette, Oden's Eye Elva. I did not have time to use this. It looks like this, so I'm actually going to keep it in for March as well, since it's a new palette to me and I want to play with it a little bit more. So I'm keeping that one in. Other than that, I used everything for February, which was, let me see, the BH Cosmetics Avocado Toast palette, the Colourpop The Mandalorian palette. It was a grey toned, cooler toned palette. The Colourpop Lucky Penny palette. The BH Cosmetics Absinthe palette. The e.l.f. Mint to Be. The Catrice 5 in a Box in Warm Spice look. The Dose of Colors Sassy Siennas, I used twice. Sol Mona by Oden's Eye. The the Beauty Bay Wilderness palette. I used this 3 times, I think. And I still haven't used the green in this, so I'm going to cheat, or I'm going to add this to my March, because I loved the formula of this, and I deserve that. And then the LH Cosmetics, the Golden 20s I used. and the LH Cosmetics Infinity Glam. I'm really pleased with what I used. I also pulled in 3 eyeliners in February. The Wallflower from Melt, the green one, the Spliff from Melt, which is the brown one, and then the AOA Eyes On Me Vivid Liquid Liner in Cool Blast. So I am really pleased. Let me put these palettes away and we can talk about my face products, or like my face products. I had to change my battery, so if I'm in another angle, I'm sorry. Let's talk a little bit about the primers I chose. First, the Air Cotton makeup base from the Face Shop. I used like the most. I used the most of. I'm going to keep this in for March. And then the second I used almost as much as the other one is the e.l.f. Putty Poreless Primer. And now I'm out of that, which was my goal. And then I have the Budgie Prep Talk Smoothing Centella Pre-Makeup Face Mask. I don't love this, so I'm actually going to give it a pause and put it back in my drawer. For foundations, I had pulled the Misha Magic Cushion, and I'm actually out of that. And then the H&M foundation, I'm going to keep this in. I don't have that much left. And then I had the NYX Bear With Me, and I've used them. I have used them a lot. Concealers, I have alternated. I've been pretty good at alternating. I have forgotten about the AOA one a bit, but I've been loving the combo of the Makeup Mecca and the Etude House. I'm going to keep all of them in because I don't want to open another one yet. So, and this is dirty, so I'm going to keep that out. But I'm keeping these as well. And this one's going to my empties. The powders, I've mainly or only been using the Skin Food Peach Perfect Powder. Yes, so mascara, I've been using my Maybelline Sky High, and I think that this is going bad, so I'm going to take out a new one for March. Let's move on to my blushes, bronzers and highlights. And here I think I used almost everything at least once. The product I've been using every time I've done my makeup, it's the Nipple Fab Contour Stick. Now I've used that much, and I have this much left. I'm going to keep this in because, as I said, I've used it every time and I've been really good at using it, so I'm keeping that one in. The rest I'm swapping out, except for the Milk Chocolate, Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. I want to hit pan, so I'm keeping that from March. I did not use the Mini Gold Rush from Benefit, and but other than that, I think I used everything once. My most used blush was the Juicy Pang in Persimmon, and the Kiko Fusion Glow Fusion highlighter, and also the Soul Mono palette, highlighter palette by Odensai. So yes, I did really like this concept. For March I'm going to choose less blushes because I think that I got a bit overwhelmed with the amount of blushes that I had. For example, I had chosen a 4 pan palette and I only used one once. So I'm going to change that up for March, but I'm now going to pick out every category and we can go through my Shop My Stash for March. Okay, are you ready for my March items? Let's start out with primers, and as I've said, I'm keeping my Face Shop Air Cotton makeup base in mint because it's a favorite, and then I'm adding the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base that I've heard so many people rave about. It's like a weird consistency that I'm looking forward to trying on my pores. And then I'm also adding the MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance in Radiant Pink in a deluxe sample. This is more of a I think it's more of a like radiant primer thing. I've just swatched it a bit there, so it feels, I don't have any sense of smell. It seems pretty good, so I'm adding that. For my foundations, as I said, I'm keeping the NYX Bare With Me, and I'm keeping the H&M Hydrating Foundation. I want to use it up. I'm adding the Peach Sea Honey Peach Glow Cushion Foundation in number 1 Ivory. This is what I'm actually wearing today. I cheated a little bit and tried this out. So I'm adding this just because I've fallen in love with cushion foundations. And then I'm also adding the Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream in number 17. And that's just because it's opened and I like it a lot. And then I did not grab a new concealer, so I'm sticking with my Makeup Mecca Hydro Shape, my Etude House Big Cover, and my Away Studio one. This I need to have upright, and I'm sticking with my peach Skin Food Peach Powder, but I think I'm adding, yes, I'm going to add the Vichy Dermablend. I have not tried it. No, I have not tried it. It is unopened, so and I really want to try it. So I'm adding that. My setting spray is the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal, but I've also added my Catrice Prime and Fine because I think I used it once or something and it seemed nice and I don't want it to go bad, so I'm adding that. My eyeshadow base will be the P. Louise one. I'm still not out, but if I go through that in March, I'm going to add the Makeup Revolution one. Are you ready for cheeks? As I said, Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil, I'm keeping that because I want to hit pan. I'm adding the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer in Tan Lines. I got this from Heidi. She sent me a large package of makeup. I've tried this once and it was the perfect color, so, and I loved the formula, so can't wait to play more with that. And then she also got me this. This is the Hard Candy Highlight and Contour Face Duo Stick. I want to try it, so I'm going to add that, and as I said, I'm still going to use the Nip and Fab one. And those were all of the, yes, those were all of the bronzers. Moving on to blushes. So let's start out with the new ones I have not worn yet. This is the Hard Candy Lip and Cheek Tint in Don't Coral, Don't Text. I got this from Heidi as well. Can't wait to play with that. I have the e.l.f. Putty Blush in Turks and Caicos that she also got me, that I want to try. And then I have the MAC Glow Play Blush in Rosy Does It that my husband got me for my birthday. It's what I'm wearing on my cheeks right now, so I want to get more usage out of that. And then I have taken the Profusion Blush 2 palette because I have not used this enough. Then I've chosen two of my Makeup Revolution ones. It's the Reloaded range. This is Peach Bliss. And this is Rose Kiss. Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur in Mauve Sunrise. I have used this once and it's probably 2 years old now, so I won't use it more. Then the Etude Lovely Cookie Blusher in Ginger Honey Cookie, I think. It looks like this. It's quite of a neutral one. And then my last blush is the Flower Beauty Flower Bomb in Pinched, because I have not worn it yet. My highlights, I've chosen the Catrice Clean ID Mineral Highlighting Palette in Rosé Gold because it's quite new to my collection. One of my all-time favorite. This is some highlighter we got from Look Fantastic. It's from the brand Douche. And as you can see, I have quite of a dent in this because it used to be my favorite, so I'm adding that. The Becca Vanilla Quartz highlighter. It's a favorite. I wanted a more golden tone. And then my Wet n Wild Bloom Time, which is a more peachy highlighter. And those were all of my face products. For mascara, I've chosen two. I've chosen the Holika Lash Correcting Mascara in Hyper Curling, and also the Ulta Beauty Lash Evolution mascara that Heidi bought me. The Holika one I got from YesStyle's Advent Calendar. Hopefully the Ulta one is not a favorite since we don't have Ulta here in Sweden. It has a larger brush than I anticipated for this small compact. And then the Holika one looks like this. Let's move on to eyeshadow. As I said, I'm keeping the Hocus Pocus Gather Round Scissors from Colourpop just because I did not use it in February. Kind of forgotten about it. I'm keeping the Beauty Bay Wilderness palette just because I love it and I want to use the green tones in this. And I'm also keeping the Odens Eye 11 palette since I have not used that in February, and I think it's a spring palette. Then for March I'm adding the Ulta Beauty Color Click Eyeshadow Trio in Tuscan Terracotta that Heidi got for me. The Ulta Beauty 8-piece eyeshadow palette in, it doesn't have a color, but it's a cooler tone one. These two are from Heidi. The Wet n Wild Color Icon in Heart and Soul. It's quite new to me, but I haven't really worn it, so I want to wear that. The Juvia's Place The Moth. The Juvia's The Nubian Glow. She Glam Deep Feelings, just because I have not used it. Juvia's The Nomads. Zoeva Precious, just because it's 2 or 3 years old and I have barely touched it. The Tartlet Little Juicy. Can you see a theme of colors this month? The Chocolate by Juvia's. It's a darker toned brown. I want to mix that in. The Elf Mint Melt in Chocolate Mint. It is new. The Makeup Mecca Back to Basic Burnt Tones, because I've used it once. The LH Cosmetics Enchanted Mysteries. I have not used this, and when I flip the green over, it it's looking purple. So, and the last palette is this Jaclyn Hill and Morphe, the original palette. Mine looks a bit beaten up because I have loved this. It's getting some years, so I want to use it. And I believe that was everything for March. I'm not pulling any eyeliners or glitters or single shadows this month either. I'm going to dedicate April to actually doing that. But for now I feel like this is a good variety. I have some greens, I have some grunge, I have some mauves, I have some cooler tones, I have some browns, I have some warm tones. So I think I'll manage. And hopefully I like the mascaras, because there's nothing more than there's nothing more irritating than when I pull a mascara that I don't like. Yes, thank you so much for watching this. Please give us a thumbs up if you liked it. Please let me know in the comments down below what you have chosen for March. I think I've chosen a good variety of items, but time will tell. Hopefully I'm not sick for over a week during March. Yes, thank you so much for watching again. Please leave a comment down below. Please do subscribe. I would love to have you here. And until I make another one, you guys, please take care. Bye!